Hello, everyone. Welcome to this quick little presentation on what is a conscious detox intensive lifestyle intervention. This is a course, a self-study course that I created with so much love, and it has served me and many people for the last 2 years. It is something that I used to lead in person, but I have decided to release it as a tool for people who are ready to use at any time. So let's dive in. A little bit about me. My name is Natalie Pelto. I am so grateful for you sharing your time with me today. I have 20 years in diagnostic healthcare experience, including certifications in CT, bone mineral density, and radiology, which means I have spent a very long time staring inside the human body and seeing chronic illnesses, specifically in the metabolic area, such as diabetes, heart disease, cancers, just grow to the state of epidemic proportions. Currently, I hold a certificate in lifestyle medicine from Weill Cornell Medicine. And most importantly, in this chat, I'm going to be talking about my certifications as a detox specialist, what other certifications you may be interested in knowing that gets interwoven in most of my courses is that I also have advanced clinical weight loss practitioner. So for chronic illnesses, this is often related to sometimes a BMI of over 30. And so I also took some extra certifications in nutrition for cancer prevention and longevity. I also hold a nutritional therapist certifications, which I absolutely love and adore. These have completely changed my life, my family's life, and many other lives that I get to be a part of their journey. So let's really dive in. This is meant to be a very short, informative video, so you guys don't have to wait. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Is it safe? I want to talk very briefly about this because it is safe. And we have this preconceptions that detoxification is, number one, unpleasant, and it is going to impact us in a negative way. And it is completely associated with just fast weight loss. This is not the case at all. Detoxification is actually very much so something that needs to be done by all individuals currently because of our rise in toxic exposure. We currently get exposed to so much more than our families, our parents, and our grandparents. We're exposed to years, we get exposed to in weeks. So we have to change the mindset and really push out that box that our bodies are capable of detoxifying all of the toxins we've introduced. We have literally introduced 80,000 toxic materials plus in the last 80 years. There has to be some sort of repercussion for that if other things have not changed. So who is this detox for? Well, honestly, as you heard in my previous slide, everyone needs to detox, but especially those who are suffering from chronic illnesses umbrellaed under diabetes, metabolic syndrome, hypertension, heart disease, and also cancers. These people are often overburdened. Most chronic illnesses or conditions are actually a result of three things: epigenetic predisposition, right? That is what loads the gun. And the thing that pulls the trigger is environment, which means toxic exposure and nutritional deficiencies. So when we look at that and we see these three components, two of those we have control over, and they influence the third, which is our genetic predisposition. So who needs it? Everybody needs it, because our toxic bucket, 50 years ago didn't look at all like it did today. So specifically those who suffer from chronic illnesses will benefit dramatically from this kind of intensive intervention. And also all those who are starting to have symptoms that will lead to chronic illnesses moving forward that they may not even realize. An example of this are people who suffer from hormone issues, whether it be excessive bleeding for women, or mood swings, headaches, skin problems, people who have been told that they have an autoimmune condition, inflammatory illnesses. All of these people will benefit from a detox. And especially those who are healthy, they know this. Those who generally are in a more health field or are generally healthier in their bodies, they actually know about these things and do these usually at least quarterly. So what other options are there? So let's talk about like different options to rather than should you choose not to detox? Well, currently, what is out in our world, if you see your doctor, you are looking at things like medication, expensive programs such as orange programs, chip programs, and retreats. These are all things that are often extremely expensive, which, don't get me wrong, I fully plan on bringing some of these in, especially major big programs that are going to be led in person, right? And retreats in person. These things are costly and wonderful, don't get me wrong, but for people starting out, there's a little bit of discomfort with that. And so this is actually why using a detox or a removal system gets results a lot faster. And you actually can do this wonderful detox at home on your own time and take this full responsibility for your health. You get to choose today if you want to move forward in a different direction than you were going yesterday. Every day is a choice, every day, and we get results from doing consistent action over time. So clearing the ecosystem, because inevitably it does need it. That's where we kind of lose this. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. I want to spend just a few extra minutes on that, is for you guys to have this kind of visual of what it looks like. So if we think of the rainforest, or we think of a beach, or we think of any kind of ecosystem, let's say the ecosystem has a bunch of garbage in it, or in the case of a rainforest, it has, all these farming practices happening around it. It has like defecation from crops. It has defecation from animals because they're just using a lot of that space for cattle. So I'm going to tell you guys something. So it doesn't matter how many trees you plant if you don't take out the cattle, or you don't take out the thing that it's leaving behind. Or if you're at a beach and it's full of cigarette butts and sharp glass that's polluting it, doesn't matter how many umbrellas you put out, you're still going to cut your foot on that, right? You're still going to hurt yourself. It's still harming the ecosystem. Our bodies are no different. We need to stop thinking that we are separate from nature, because we are not. We are literally an extension of nature. And how we treat our planet shows, because is how we treat ourselves. How we're seeing our external world is showing, in the sense that we are treating ourselves the exact same way. And as we treat ourselves differently, we actually kind of show that out into the planet as well. So I hope that gave you guys a good visual. So let's talk a little bit about the program itself. It is broken down into 5 modules. The modules, right off the get-go, you have the release of module 1, and you have a welcome. Module 1, you also have access to there's a bonus module for children too. So you have access to Prepare. Prepare has a whole bunch of bonuses in there, specifically on how to adopt a meal planning system, a meal prepping system, a mastering the grocery store system, all these things we struggle with at the beginning. It also has a Living by Design masterclass, which doesn't seem like it has anything to do with detoxing, but it does, because it's all about creating schedules and understanding time and how to make it work for us instead of against us. So a very powerful module with a lot of bonuses. On top of that, there's tracking sheets, understanding where we are at currently. It also allows you to have massive amounts of awareness through multiple science-based assessments to know what you have been exposed to in the past, prior toxicity in the GI, in the liver, chemical toxicity exposure, heavy metal toxicity exposure, and there's one more, but I can't remember it right now. But it shows where you've been exposed. So then you can actually take that knowledge and see if currently you're still exposing yourself to it, and you can use that knowledge to choose the detox that's going to work best for you to support that. So it's very powerful to have that, because the thing with most detoxes is they give out like a way to detoxify the body. And yes, they're efficient. Often they are only short term, and they're intensive and sometimes dangerous. I've seen some that were not so dangerous, but at the same time, you don't have that ability to personalize things for yourself. And I'm all about, as a nutritional therapist specifically, I'm about individualization to each person, and each person should be tailoring their program to themselves. And so this detox allows you to do that. Module 2 is all about the cleanup and recalibration, how to remove things and add things. So as a replacement system to help recalibrate our chemistry and open up our detoxification pathways with food in a natural slow setting. So it's absolutely powerful. Week 3, it's all about eliminating inflammatory foods. This is extremely beneficial for those who suffer from chronic illnesses and autoimmune conditions. They usually see huge amounts of shifts and changes, especially in the areas of headaches, skin issues, like especially symptom-based. Module 4 is the intensify. So this is where we work through a huge portion of elimination. It also helps to teach people how to actually incorporate a predominantly plant-based diet. I'm sorry to say that predominantly this is where all the studies go, specifically for chronic illnesses, is that you need to use food as medicine. This is going to beat out a statin. This is going to beat out the things that are those, stents that you have to get put in for your heart disease. This is what's going to give you long-term results. Most people who have like stents put in, for example, will have a reoccurrence in 5 years, a reoccurrence of an event in their heart disease. And so that's a huge deal. When the study, like the Ornish study and the CHIPS program, and all these things were implemented and they studied them, they were so successful. They took the control group out of being the control group and put them on the same plan because they didn't want them to have reoccurrences, because the people who were going through these programs of predominantly plant-based, using food as medicine, they were really, really thriving, and they weren't having as many events. So this is how to teach you how to learn how to become more predominantly plant-based. That is so important, guys. And then in module 5, it's all about reintroducing certain things and bringing forth, there's a plan on how to bring forth a different way of living after. This is what changes. So currently in our healthcare system, right, we are learning about the what. The doctor has only so much time to talk to you. I work with them, so I know. They have time to tell you about the what to do, what you need to do. You need to change your lifestyle. You need to exercise more. They can give you the list of things, but the how is missing. So this is one way to slowly incorporate the how at a cost that is not astronomical. The cost is $297 for a 5-week program, which is actually, I have been slapped on the hand and been told that that is nowhere near enough. But I do want our world to heal, and I need the world to heal so that we can move forward as a collective and impact our children this way, because what we model and what we do is what reflects down into the generations. So I am so grateful for your time here. I'm going to wrap it all up now. So I have given you the price. I have told you how to, and now I'm going to tell you how to get this lovely program. So it's my intention to show up in integrity and offer value to you guys as my clients. Feel free to explore my website for testimonials and information. But if you're ready to start this part of your journey, if you scan this barcode, this lovely barcode right here, it will enroll you directly into the detox, and you can just go ahead and grab it. If you are interested in connecting with me and learning who I am, understanding what I do, how long I've been doing it, you can scan this barcode here. It has all my social links. I am active on all social media platforms and have been for years. My website is here for testimonials, my email, and my phone number should you wish to text me, quickest way. Thank you. That was it. I hope you guys have a lovely day. I hope this inspired you to change maybe the direction and path that you may have been going if you are suffering from a chronic illness. I hope it gives you hope. People have turned and put their chronic illnesses into remission. I have met many. I have seen more miracles in my life and I wish to see way more. So thank you. Click the QR code and email me to connect if you have any questions. And I will talk to you guys later.